Ta-da! Hey, how are ya? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. And I have some fun news that's just random goth news. In Goth Corner today, I last night watched the trailer for Luc Besson's Dracula. I think it's called Dracula, A Love Story. And it looks so good. So I'm super excited about it. It comes out February 13, 2026. I'm just going to listen and see if you guys can hear me real quick. Hold on. I'm just going to... Oh, you can hear me. You can hear me. Hey, excuse my disheveled appearance today. Excuse my disheveled. Excuse this. And, yeah. So, I needed to sleep more today. So you are getting me, like, totally not ready for prime time. But it's totally fine. And the reason is because I was up so late last night working. I was just so excited about what I was doing. Oh, this is what I do for my extra iPad. I'm so hacky. I tape this magnet so I can use it on my stand. See? Sometimes it works. Sometimes you need new tape. But this actually, like, works most of the time. Okay. Because, I like to keep an eye on the chat and stuff, even if I'm just here by myself. Even if it's a day when I'm just, like, all by my lonesome, hanging out, talking to myself, really talking to you, but you're not here yet, so, or you're not here till 2 weeks later, or, however that works. Like that sometimes. So, how are ya? Today we have Eliza Parsons, and today is not going to be like yesterday, because we're not going to spend like an hour and a half reading Wikipedia, because I don't think there's a lot happening. I don't think this is gonna... okay, I'm spending too much time on this thing. Put that over there. Okay, I can still see everything, so that's good. And we're just doing that. Okay, cool. Cool. Hey, cheers. Here's my coffee. I'm gonna have a sip of my coffee. I'm going to try and sip away from the mic so I don't, like, disrupt your earlobes, your eardrums with slurping. I don't think anybody wants to hear me drink coffee, but even though, I do subject you to it every day. So, Eliza Parsons. Okay. Not a big Wikipedia page. I think she's one of those who, did not have the same drama, the same kind of situations that other people did. Okay. Eliza Parsons, née Phelps, so Phelps was her maiden name. 1739 to 1811. She died February 5th, 1811. Was an English Gothic novelist, best known for The Castle of Wolfenbach, 1793. Hold on, let's do some math here. So she was 54? Wait. 50. I think she was 40. Wait, let's just say 1740. 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 40, 54. She was 54 when The Castle of Wolfenbach came out, and then 3 years later, The Mysterious Warning. So she must have been 57. These are two of the 7 Gothic titles recommended as reading by a character in Jane Austen's novel Northanger Abbey. So, like, very serendipitous that I put her right after Jane Austen, because I did not do that on purpose. I didn't do that on purpose. So, like, there must be some spooky stuff going on here. Life. The life of Eliza Parsons has been subject to much speculation, but most researchers agree she was born on 1739. See, not a lot known, I guess. Parsons' baptismal certificate is dated 4 April 1739. All right, that tracks then. No, she was probably born in April or spring-ish. 1739. Eliza was born in Plymouth, Devon, as the only daughter of John Phelp, a wine merchant, and his wife, Roberta Phelp. She spent her childhood in a prosperous household and became well educated for a young woman in the 18th century. At about 21 years old, Eliza married a turpentine distiller, James Parsons, from the nearby town of Stonehouse on March 24th, 1760. Together, they had 3 sons and 5 daughters. That's a lot of kids. I know that's what they did. People liked to have children. A lot. Like a lot of children. That's a lot. 1 is a lot. 8 is a lot more than 1. About 1778 to 1779, the family moved to a suburb in London, when Parsons' turpentine business saw a decline as an indirect result of the American War of Independence. Mr. Parsons invested his remaining money in his dwindling turpentine trade, and for about 3 years, the family's standard of living returned to the pre-American Revolution level. In 1782, however, a devastating fire broke out in one of the warehouses, spread quickly, turpentine, and destroyed everything Parsons owned. Mr. Parsons owned. He then took a position in the Lord Chamberlain's office. That is devastating. Oh my gosh. Coffee sip. That required a coffee sip. Let's see what the Lord Chamberlain is. He's the most senior officer in the royal household of the United Kingdom. So he went to work in a office for a political guy in his, administration. That's what it sounds like to me. They are not giving us more information, so we can just, deductive reasoning here. Several months before the warehouse fire, the Parsons' eldest son had died in Jamaica immediately after his promotion to captain of the Royal Marines. That's devastating. Several months before. Oh my God. Domestic bereavement coupled with the reverses in his business fortunes compounded with deteriorating health, and he suffered a paralyzing stroke. He lived for 3 more years until he suffered a second fatal stroke in 1797. Eliza's second oldest son also died in the military. In 1803, one of her daughters died, and in 1804, so did her youngest son. Okay, so fire happened in 1782. A few months before that, their son died. 1782, 1792, 1945. Okay, and then he had a fatal stroke 15 years later. And then by 1804, she had, 4 of her children were deceased and her husband. Left alone with a family to provide for, Eliza began to write novels to support them. Over a career spanning 1790 and 1807. Wait a minute. Over a career spanning 1790 and 1807. She was born 1739. We know she started writing at age 54. 1793 was her first published book, and she was 54 years old. Or her best known book. Okay, so she started writing a little bit before that. But interesting, right? She started late in life. Writing. As a career. So, but there's no information about her writing earlier, I wrote little stories for magazines, or, I did this or that, there's nothing like that here. There's just, hardship. and heartbreak and death. Over a career spanning 1790 and 1807, that's a weird way to say it, right? She wrote 19 novels. Okay. It didn't say to 1807, which threw me off. See? Over a career spanning 1790 and 1807. No, Wikipedia. I don't think that's good grammar. She wrote 19 novels and one play, contained in a total of 60 volumes, 60. Nonetheless, she was perpetually short of money. Between 1793, that was when her big book, one of her most popular books, was published. What's it called again? It's called The Castle of Wolfenbach. Okay. So hold on. We're going to go back. Between 1793 and 1803, she received 45 guineas from the Royal Literary Fund. I don't know what that is. And also worked at the Royal Wardrobe. I'm guessing it has something to do with monetary or prize money or like a grant of some sort. That's what I'm thinking that means. So that's like footnote later. Cheers. I'm going to look in this footnote here and see if they're going to tell us what that is. No, they didn't. Although we could look that up later, but let's leave it for now. She died on 5 February 1811 at the age of 72 in Leytonstone in Essex, survived by 4 married daughters. Okay. So that's rough, right? She had some tough times there. I mean, she made it work, right? She wrote, but it's just like a lot of churning, right? Okay, female Gothic writing. Parsons turned to Gothic writing as a genre that was highly popular at the time. Critics often claimed her works were ill-written and disorganized. Parsons was a deeply religious Protestant who believed in the good being rewarded and the wicked punished, which shows through in her works. That should have been a new paragraph. Now I'm picking on Wikipedia here. And I really shouldn't. Her first novel, The History of Miss Meredith, appeared in 1790, the year of her husband's death. The better known The Castle of Wolfenbach followed in 1793, in a period when opinion in England and France was starting to turn away from arranged marriages. The Castle of Wolfenbach portrays this idea along with belief in a strong patriarchal family and respect for the middle class rather than aristocracy. Other novels of hers include Women as They Are, 1797, and The Valley of St. Gotthard, 1799. Parsons shows female Gothic writing characteristics by having a heroine trick her way into an inheritance while pretending to be vulnerable and innocent. 2 of Parsons' novels, The Castle of Wolfenbach and the Mysterious... no comment, right? Two of Parsons' novels, The Castle of Wolfenbach and The Mysterious Warning, 1796, feature among the 7 horrid romances that Catherine Morland recommends to Isabella Thorpe in Chapter 6 of Jane Austen's Northanger Abbey. These titles were thought to be fictitious until December 1912. So I guess people didn't know that she was actually referencing real titles until then, because there was no internet. Critics have said it is no accident that Anne Radcliffe's works were not named, and 2 of Parsons' were. Many of Parsons' novels had prefaces that would seem to invite sympathy from the readers towards her unfortunate situation and to excuse her lack of talent. I don't think that'd be so, charitable these days. That's such a weird sentence. Oh, okay, wait. Many of Parsons' novels had prefaces that would seem to invite sympathy from the readers towards her unfortunate situation and to excuse her lack of talent. So this book is dedicated to XYZ who went through XYZ, because I'm just making stuff up right now. I don't know. Because my distillery blew up and all this. Maybe she talked about her history. I mean, she did have a lot of rough stuff going on early on there, you know? So, I mean, she should put, because that is a part of her experience. She's got to put stuff like that in her book. I mean, that's what makes a good writer, you know? So I think that's just people like poking the bear, really. If I have to make a call that many of Parsons' novels had prefaces that would seem to invite sympathy, I would say that is a subjective statement, because seem to invite sympathy from the readers towards her unfortunate situation and to excuse her lack of talent. Okay, I haven't read any of her books, and I mean, who am I to comment on it? But, you know, it's not nice to throw stones at people like that. And honestly, proof is in the pudding. She was published, and she was a good selling author. So guys, right? It is what it is. The Castle of Wolfenbach and the Mysterious Warning had happy endings that were too clumsy and convenient for critics. Well, that's because critics are not the popular masses, right? Critics aren't the people who are buying the books and going to the movies, you know? And I love, like, movie criticism. Like, I love movies. I love movie criticism. I follow a million movie critics on YouTube, and I love to, listen to their content and watch it. But if I want to see something, if I like something that has a bad review, I'm still gonna, and I still want to see it, I'm gonna see it. You know what I mean? Like, that's not gonna stop me from that, and it wouldn't stop me from reading a book or listening to a book or something. If it was something that I really liked the author and I liked the subject matter and I was curious and interested, of course I would still, do it. Or, but now you can like wait for streaming or something like that. And now you can like listen to the audiobook, you know what I mean? That's like less, it's, you don't have to sit and read and like use more senses to read a book when you can listen to an audiobook and use other senses for other things at the same time. So, okay. So that's our story of Eliza Parsons. And then we have a list of her works here. So she was very prolific. She got a lot done. She wasn't super well critiqued, but she was a popular Gothic woman author in the day, So like, good for her. She had a rough life. I mean, rough stuff. So we have some quotes by Eliza Parsons. Griefs, when divided, become less poignant. The truly beneficent mind looks upon every child of sorrow as their relation and entitled to their assistance. I like the message of that one. I do feel like a lot of 17th and 18th century writing, it's very wordy. There's lots of words. It's a little word salad, but for us nowadays. But it is very poetic, and I love the meaning. The unfortunate have claims upon the hearts of those whom God has blessed with affluence. The unfortunate have claims upon the hearts. Okay. All right. And then there's that one too, which, okay. I'm not really feeling that one, but let's see if we can find a little bit more here. Eliza Parsons. I'm also trying to like come up with some. I want to be grabbed, I want to be grabbed by a quote, and I want to have an instant visual in my mind that I want to draw. Eliza Parsons quotes. And so far, I'm not getting that. Pleased to observe that you submit your reason and necessity without indulging useless complaint. I think, you know what? Okay. Okay, I just had like a little flash in my mind. I want to, I'm gonna do this one. Pleased to observe that you submit to reason and necessity without indulging useless complaint. I'm gonna draw a teacup. And maybe like a hand holding the teacup or something. Because that's just like what's coming to me. I don't know. I don't even know fully. Pleased to observe what that means. Pleased to observe that you submit to reason and necessity without... Okay, yeah. That means shut up and listen. Basically, that means shut up and listen. So let's do that. I like that. I like how many words can I use to say shut up and listen? How many words can I use to say what I mean instead of how few, right? We're very captivated these days with like how few words can you use. At least, I mean, I'm kind of like that, I think. I mean, in my own, because when I'm doing blog posts and stuff, I like Jane Austen showed us yesterday, I wrote in my like Instagram and Facebook posts, I think I posted it. Did I post it in my posts tab? I don't know, but that she was prolific. And I know, okay, we know she only wrote or had published, like commercially published, 6 novels. She spent so much time editing. Like she edited and edited and edited, and it's like editing is like the Photoshop to my artwork. Right? Editing is like book editing, or like writing editing is like it's like the Canva to your Instagram post. I don't know. It's like it's the thing that you spend. It's how you have to package it, and that's editing for you. And I mean, I spend this is why I'm not like blog posting a lot and like writing a lot. I love to write, okay? Writing is great. Love to write. Love to write. Think on occasion. I'm a pretty decent writer on occasion. Do you know how much I have to edit? Like, it does not, like, I'm very verbose and I have to edit my butt off for things to be clear. And then I even continue to edit even more. Wait a minute. How do we want to do this? Something like that. Like that. Ooh, I already drew my... I could do... Should we start another page? I'm sort of having a rule, like an unspoken rule, to not do that. So maybe we can pretend I didn't make that line. And we can do like a hand. Like I'm holding my teacup. Because this is going to be fairly prissy, you know? Like a little bit snotty. I mean, in a good way, right? Let's see. Let's do like... Because we're holding our teacup. We're holding our teacup like that. I'm modeling today. Wait. Let's do a little thumb. Is this going to be the first time that I actually start a new one? It could be. Because I don't know about this. Let's see. Like cancel and start a new one. I don't know. Okay. Shall she have a little ring? She'll have a little ring. Okay. And we're going to pretend that I didn't do that line. And now we're going to do a little handle right here. And then we're going to make our little teacup. Oh, this looks like a pitcher. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. What are we doing? Should we start again? I'm going to start again. I'm going to start again, and this time, let's use a pencil. Let's use a pencil. And we'll use a pencil. And okay, I'm gonna stop talking for a second because I think I'm distracting myself. And then I will talk again. You can't get rid of me that easy. So our cup, and didn't I just say I was gonna stop talking? I did. I guess I would turn it probably, right? But it's too late now. So our cup, our handle is going to be like that. And then, right, let's, thank goodness for pencil, right? Okay, in theory, I like, wait, do we want to do like this instead? This is sometimes when you don't sketch out before you go in, this is what happens, and you know what? That's totally fine. Because I have an eraser that I can put to use later. And I didn't sketch this out before. Let's put a little lace thing on her. And then our cup is here. So I know it looks like a bunch of scribbles right now, but I think I know what's happening here. So let's go in. Should we use the Bravo, Pilot Bravo? Let's do it, right? Pilot Bravo you can actually see. Because like sometimes you can't see. Pinky. Okay. This is going to be very scribbly, and that's totally okay. If you like Procreate, I'm going to be on here after this one. After this live, I am doing my daily Procreate at 12:30, where I am inking pages for my upcoming Night Garden Fairy Cats coloring book. Hey, Roblox. Roblox, I am only just seeing your post here, so I don't know if you have posted earlier, but here we are. Okay, this teacup is really gigantic, but that's okay. I'm gonna go with it. I'm going with it, okay? Pleased to observe that you submit to reason and necessity. You submit to reason and necessity. Necessity. Yes, I keep repeating myself. Without indulging useless complaints. Without indulging. Ooh. Kind of running out of space a little bit. That's okay. We're going to make it work. Useless. Complaint. A-I-N-T. We made it. Okay, now we got to put her name in here. Let's see. Eliza Parsons. Is this from the Castle of Wolfenbach? Hold on a second. I think it is. The complete Northanger Horrid Novel Collection. I'm just going to write Eliza Parsons. We'll do it down here. Eliza Parsons. So if I could go back in time, like Cher says, if I could turn back time, I would have waited to do my little bow. I would have waited to do my bow, and it's okay that I didn't because I made it work. It's fine. But now I want to add some little elements here because I have some little spots. I have some little blank spots that I want to decorate on my teacup to just balance my quote art. Okay, let's see here. Okay, we're gonna do the teacup part. And then we're gonna do something about her nails too. Don't worry. Don't you worry. She's gonna get a manicure. I should write, in other words, right? In other words, shut up, because that's basically what this quote is trying to say. In other words, just shut up. In other words, please shut up. Let's make some tea swirls. What if I wrote shut up, like in a secret way? I could write some secret words in here that are like, please shut up. Please shut up. Very wordy. Okay. Pleased to observe that you submit reason and necessity without indulging useless complaint. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Okay, let's do something right up here. Today we're doing a doodle. It's just a big doodle. It's kind of a cute little doodle. I mean, I'm into it. Let's do some nails, shall we? Let's give her some little nails. Just short ones. That works for me. I think it works for her too. And then let's see. I was thinking about maybe doing something in the background, but I think I'm just going to leave that. And let's do that so you guys can see what I'm doing. Let's just follow along with like the bow theme, right? Do that. Maybe give her a ring. That'd be pretty. When I was a kid, I used to like to draw hands and then draw rings on the hands and the nails on the hands. So fun. And now I'm just gonna make this a little bit stronger. Well, we made it work today. We made it work. Just tying in some of that decorative elements a little bit. I think she's double jointed because that pinky is definitely doing something. Oh, I gave this a really wild background. Maybe I'll put some ink in there over this when I'm done. That is kind of what I'm thinking. Maybe. Because that might look really cool. And it'll tone down like the busyness factor, because I couldn't not do something with this background. But it is really very graphic, right? We have a graphic, full-on graphic background going here. I'm just going to add in a couple here and there, little motif, add to our little motif here and there. The one that we're working with that I started up here. Okay, almost done with the background here. And now let's scroll up, zoom out rather, like that. So you can see what's happening here. There we go. Okay, now let's add a little more here, just to connect the two parts of this. And then okay, all right. I'm just adding some little design elements here. Okay, let's break out, shall we? Shall we break out a brush? Let's break out a brush and a little bit of water. We're gonna do the brushy water thing, which I also did yesterday, but I really like it. Oh, I really like it. Always good to have a little bit of water around, right? Just have water. Just add water. Oh, I think my India ink is stuck. I'm not going to do that. We'll just use this ink. I'm not sure what kind of ink I have here, but this is either Sumi or India. I don't remember. But let's do some background situation here. Just going to do wet on wet technique here. I'm going to just wet my paper and then boing, boing. There we go. How's that? Cool? Like. Now, if I had really planned ahead, I would have had a spray bottle ready to go, which I don't, but I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that because I want you to be able to see more of this. See more of the inky goodness as it unfolds. What's that? I love a good ink bloom. I love a good ink bloom. I think I dumped too much ink though. So now I'm just going to be working from this part. Dragging my water up here. I want another bloom though. Hold on. Oh, that's better. That's better. Yes, that's better. That's better. All right, you didn't work out the first time, bloom. That's okay. We'll get there. We'll get there. Little shadow here. A little shadow here and here and there. And then that. I highly recommend getting a big bottle of ink, just so you can do stuff like this when the mood strikes. Because it's so fun to play with ink. Okay, here we go, Eliza Parsons. Eliza, thank you for sharing with us today. It was good to get to know you. I'm really sorry you had such a tough time. I gotta say, you guys. I mean, some of these days have been quite sad, right? Quite sad for some of these, for some of our Inktobers. So it is, life is not easy, right? But I feel like I need to do some sort of a wrap up or something with like things that I discovered, or, you know, just words of wisdom that I've learned from doing this Inktober of these Gothic writer ladies back in the oldie days. I really feel like I keep getting, you know, feeling like their, I don't know, lessons, I guess. Their lessons are coming through to me in, you know, things I'm getting out of doing all of these back to back and learning about these women's lives. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'm gonna scroll out so you can see the finale and what we got here. But first I have to do this. I gotta get my ink back, my inky needle back together here. So sometimes I have to hold this little cap part tight so I can just sort of guide the needle in. There we go. I was trying to do it to show you, but it's kind of hard to show you because it's a really tiny needle, you know? All right, before I wrap this all up, I'm just gonna cap up my water, and then I will now scroll out and show you what we got today. We have Eliza Parsons, a really nice, wordy, eloquent 18th century, 17th century quote. Pleased to observe that you submit reason and necessity without indulging useless complaint. Basically means just shut up. Basically means, can you just stop and just, you know, do what I tell you, kind of, or thereabouts. And we love it. We love it. I love a highbrow way of saying just, you know, just keep it on lockdown and submit to what I am trying to tell you. And that's what she's got here. So I hope you have an awesome day. And I'll be back really soon with my 20th page of Night Guard and Fairy Cats in Procreate. And I'll be inking that very, very shortly. So come on back. And I will see you in a minute. Oh, and I'll also be here tomorrow for day 29 of Inktober, where who are we going to do? Who is our next person that we're gonna do. We're gonna do, just a minute. One momento. What are we gonna do tomorrow? Tomorrow we're gonna do, ready? Let's see. We're gonna do Regina Maria Roach tomorrow. Oh, we're getting there. We are getting there. And Halloween is right around the corner. I am super excited for Halloween. I'm just celebrating Halloween all October and beyond, because every day is Halloween. All right, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.